Martin Luther King Jr., a name synonymous with courage, justice, and equality, his voice echoed through the halls of history, calling for a world where every individual is treated with dignity and respect. His life and legacy continue to inspire generations to fight for a more just and equitable world. From classrooms to boardrooms, his teachings are studied and revered, reminding us of the power of peaceful protest and the importance of standing up for what is right. King's unwavering belief in the power of nonviolence, his eloquent words, and his unwavering commitment to social justice transformed America. His speeches, filled with hope and determination, moved hearts and minds, igniting a movement that would change the course of history. He left an indelible mark on the world. His receipt of the Nobel Peace Prize was a testament to his tireless efforts and the global recognition of his work. It was a moment of pride, not just for him, but for all who believed in his cause. King's impact transcended geographical boundaries and racial divisions. He met with leaders from around the world, sharing his vision of a society free from oppression and discrimination. His message was clear. Justice knows no borders. His message resonated with the oppressed and marginalized across the globe. From the streets of America to the town squares of Europe and beyond, people found hope in his words and strength in his resolve. He became a symbol of hope for millions. His ability to connect with people from all walks of life, regardless of their background, made him a unifying figure in a divided world. King's life and work serve as a testament to the power of one person to make a difference. His leadership in the civil rights movement showed that change is possible when we come together with a common purpose. His legacy continues to inspire us to strive for a world where all people are treated with dignity and respect. The murals and memorials in his honor serve as daily reminders of the progress we've made and the work that still lies ahead. King's journey was not without its challenges and sacrifices. He faced brutal opposition, from violent confrontations with police to the constant threat of assassination. Yet, he never wavered in his commitment to his cause. He faced fierce opposition, imprisonment, and constant threats of violence. His time in jail only strengthened his resolve, and his words from behind bars inspired even more people to join the fight for justice. Yet he remained steadfast in his commitment to nonviolence and his belief in the power of love to overcome hate. His peaceful protests and sit-ins were powerful demonstrations of his philosophy, showing the world that love and compassion can triumph over hatred and bigotry. King's unwavering faith in humanity, even in the face of adversity, is a testament to his extraordinary character. He believed in the goodness of people and the possibility of a better future even when the present seemed bleak. King's life reminds us that the pursuit of justice requires unwavering courage, compassion, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. His speeches continue to inspire us to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. His legacy serves as a beacon of hope, guiding us towards a future where equality and justice prevail. The statues and memorials in his honor are not just tributes to his life, but symbols of the ongoing struggle for civil rights. King's dream of a society where all people are judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin, continues to inspire us to create a more just and equitable world for all. His vision is a call to action, urging us to continue the work he started and to never give up on the dream of a better tomorrow. Martin Luther King Jr. was born Michael King Jr. on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. His birth marked the beginning of a life that would profoundly impact the course of American history. He grew up in a loving and supportive family, deeply rooted in the African-American Baptist church tradition. This environment provided him with a strong moral compass and a sense of community that would shape his future endeavors. His father, Martin Luther King Sr., was the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church, a prominent church in Atlanta's African-American community. King Sr. was a powerful orator and a staunch advocate for civil rights, qualities that would greatly influence his son. His mother, Alberta Williams King, was a school teacher and a talented musician. She instilled in young Martin a love for learning and a deep appreciation for the arts, nurturing his intellectual and creative growth. King's upbringing instilled in him a strong sense of faith, social justice, and the importance of education. His parents' teachings and the vibrant community around him laid the groundwork for his future activism. He excelled academically, skipping grades in elementary and high school. His intellectual prowess was evident from a young age, and he was determined to use his education to make a difference in the world. At the young age of 15, King enrolled in Morehouse College, a historically black college in Atlanta. Morehouse was not just an academic institution for King, it was a place where he began to understand the broader social issues affecting his community. It was at Morehouse that King began to develop his intellectual curiosity and his passion for social justice. He was mentored by Dr. Benjamin Mays, the college president, who was a significant influence on his thinking about equality and justice. King's intellectual journey led him to explore the works of great thinkers and philosophers. He delved into the writings of Plato, Aristotle, Rousseau, and Thoreau, seeking to understand the principles of justice and human rights. He was particularly influenced by the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi, who advocated for nonviolent resistance as a means of achieving social and political change. Gandhi's successful use of nonviolence in India's struggle for independence resonated deeply with King. Gandhi's philosophy of satyagraha, which means truth force or soul force, resonated deeply with King. He saw in Gandhi's approach a powerful tool for confronting the systemic injustices faced by African Americans. King recognized the power of nonviolence as a tool for social change. He believed that nonviolent resistance could not only challenge unjust laws but also transform the hearts and minds of oppressors. He witnessed firsthand the injustices faced by African Americans in the segregated South. The harsh realities of segregation and racial discrimination were a constant presence in his life, fueling his resolve to fight for change. These experiences fueled his desire to fight for equality and justice for all people. He was determined to use his voice and his intellect to challenge the status quo and advocate for a more just and equitable society. King's early life and education laid the foundation for his extraordinary leadership in the civil rights movement. His journey from a young boy in Atlanta to a leader of a national movement was marked by a deep commitment to justice, equality, and nonviolence. In 1954, Martin Luther King Jr. accepted his first pastorate at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. This marked the beginning of his journey as a prominent leader in the civil rights movement, a journey that would soon ignite a spark of change across the nation. Montgomery, like many southern cities, was deeply segregated, with Jim Crow laws enforcing racial separation in all aspects of life. These laws were a constant reminder of the systemic racism that permeated the society, affecting every aspect of daily life for African Americans. African Americans faced discrimination in housing, education, employment, and public accommodations. They were often relegated to substandard living conditions, underfunded schools, and menial jobs, creating a cycle of poverty and disenfranchisement that was difficult to break. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks, a seamstress and secretary for the local NAACP chapter, refused to give up her seat on a Montgomery bus to a white man. Her courageous act of defiance was not just a personal stand, but a deliberate act of resistance against the oppressive system of segregation. Parks' act of defiance sparked the Montgomery Bus Boycott, a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. This boycott was not just a protest against bus segregation, but a powerful statement against the broader injustices faced by African Americans. King, a young and relatively unknown pastor at the time, was thrust into the national spotlight as the president of the newly formed Montgomery Improvement Association, MIA, the organization leading the boycott. His leadership and oratory skills quickly made him a central figure in the movement. The Montgomery Bus Boycott lasted for 381 days, during which time African Americans in Montgomery refused to ride the city's buses. This collective action demonstrated the power of unity and nonviolent resistance. The boycott placed a significant economic strain on the city's bus system and garnered national attention. The financial impact was a clear indication of the economic power of the African American community when they stood together in solidarity. King's leadership during the boycott was instrumental in its success. His ability to inspire and mobilize the community was a testament to his emerging role as a leader of the civil rights movement. King's commitment to nonviolence and his eloquent speeches inspired the African American community in Montgomery to remain steadfast in their resolve. His message of peaceful protest and justice resonated deeply, encouraging many to join the cause. The boycott also brought national attention to the plight of African Americans in the South and helped galvanize support for the civil rights movement. It was a catalyst that inspired similar protests and actions across the country, marking the beginning of a new era in the fight for equality and justice. The Montgomery Bus Boycott catapulted Martin Luther King Jr. onto the national stage and established him as a prominent leader in the burgeoning civil rights movement. King's unwavering commitment to nonviolence, his powerful oratory skills, and his ability to mobilize and inspire people made him a transformative figure. In 1957, King, along with other civil rights leaders, founded the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, an organization dedicated to coordinating nonviolent protests against racial segregation in the South. As president of the SCLC, King played a pivotal role in organizing and leading some of the most significant protests of the civil rights era. King's philosophy of nonviolence, rooted in his Christian faith and inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, formed the bedrock of the SCLC's strategy. King believed that nonviolent resistance, while requiring immense courage and discipline, had the power to awaken the conscience of the nation and expose the moral bankruptcy of segregation. King's leadership in the SCLC marked a turning point in the civil rights movement. His ability to articulate the moral imperative of equality, his unwavering belief in the power of love to overcome hate, and his strategic brilliance in organizing mass protests made him a formidable force for change. Under King's leadership, the SCLC would go on to play a crucial role in dismantling segregation and achieving significant legislative victories.